In a world where voices echo far, influences shine like distant stars. Followers seek a closer bond, but time and space they correspond. KOLs rise with AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, digital twins in the web3 light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, engaging fellow ones in this new space. Monetization and tokens we trust, KOLs is the way in this future we must. Community grows in this vibrant scene, where innovation meets the human dream. KOLs unites with a vision so clear, a world connected without end. KOLs rise with AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Community grows in this vibrant scene, where innovation meets the human dream. KOLs unite with a vision so clear, a world connected without any fear. With AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, free jobs, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Emotions flow in this digital field. Emotions flow in this digital field. Emotions flow. In a world where voices echo far, influences shine like distant stars. Followers seek a closer bond, but time and space they correspond. KOLs rise with AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, digital twins in the web3 light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, engaging fellow ones in this new space. Monetization and tokens we trust, KOLs is the way in this future we must. Community grows in this vibrant scene, where innovation meets the human dream. KOLs unite with a vision so clear, a world connected without end. KOLs rise with AI so bright.
Hey everyone, welcome to our monthly roll call live stream event. We're super excited to have you here. As always, we have new KOLs bringing new alpha, and we always have an airdrop for you guys. So make sure you stay until the end to receive that. I'll bring up a couple of our other team members that are joining us today, Rob and Rosie, and I'll let them quickly introduce themselves, and then we'll go through the agenda for today. So let's welcome Rob and Rosie. Hey guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Do you guys want to introduce yourself? Tell everyone what you do for KOLs.
Yeah, can you see me? Because I look like I'm paused.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, this is getting worse and worse and worse. Well, I'm Rob. I'm the head of social. So I don't know why my camera's not working. I'll try and get it fixed in a minute. But yeah, I've been with KOLs since the start on the journey. The one shouting about things on Twitter and Discord and other things as well. And yeah, great to see you all again, even though you can't see me right now.
Thanks, Rob. I'm Rosie. I'm the KOL lead. You guys know me. We do this every month, and excited for this one, and even super excited for this one because it's a very interesting topic.
Nice. Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna share a couple quick updates on KOLs between Rob and I, and then Rosie and I will do a roundtable discussion with our KOLs. The KOLs that we have joining us today are Cyril, Dudu, and Youngest OG. So we will get to them in a few minutes. And if you guys have any questions throughout the stream, just feel free to ask them in the chat, and then we will get to those at the end. We love hearing from you guys. If you have any questions, comments for the team about the project, please feel free to ask them in the chat, and we will definitely get to them. So also for the airdrop, make sure you stay until the end. There's going to be a QR code shown for 5 minutes. You need to scan the QR code and then fill out a short form in order to receive the airdrop. So make sure you guys stay until the very end for that, as we don't want anyone missing it. We will start now with some updates on KOLs. Rob is going to go first.
Yeah, for sure. So again, sorry you can't see me. My camera was working until a second ago. And now I've just got a phone call. Everything's going wrong in this 5 seconds. Yeah, so latest at the moment, you will have seen Echo's been flying about, repeating everything that we're doing. That will be continuing. We've seen some, there is a competition running at the moment. I don't think it's entered yet, unless I'm wrong, Claire. But we want to see as much of your Echo content as possible. We're putting him in memes. We're putting him in general, or her, it's gender neutral, in different environments. We're encouraging you to do the same. A couple have impressed, but obviously we've not had a lot of submissions. So if anyone wants to earn some KOLs or to get something, to get a reward from us, just send us through your Echo content, whether that be on Twitter, on Discord, or on Telegram, and yeah, make sure you tag us so that we can see it. And the other big update since the last time we spoke is, as a team, we've all been together in Serbia. Went to Belgrade and then an area just outside of Belgrade. It was a great opportunity for myself, Rosie, and Claire, and the other members of the team that work behind the scenes that you might not know, to all work together and to come up with some really exciting ideas. We've got some really exciting stuff brewing. You might have seen all over on the socials. We keep talking about the 1st of July, the 1st of July. Well, the 1st of July is only 6 days away. So keep following and you'll see the big news that's coming there. Also something tomorrow, we might give you a bit of another hint as to what's going on there tomorrow. And yeah, along with that, when we were in Serbia, we've also got some other ideas that we're going to boost with for the end of the year. I think it's something that it'll be really exciting for you guys too. When me, Clem, and Rosie joined the team, you know, it was given to us, and we were excited about some of the exciting things we've got coming ahead over the next 6 months, which you might not be aware of, but it's all been brewing behind the scenes, and it's all incredibly exciting.
Thanks, Rob. Sounds very exciting. Yeah, the team trip to Serbia was amazing. It was so nice to connect with everyone in person. And like Rob said, we have tons of exciting stuff coming out, so definitely stay tuned for that. A couple other updates from my side. We working on some new branding, so you guys will see that soon. We have a new logo coming, some new brand colors, and then also kind of a total website revamp. So we're working on that, and you guys should see it within the next couple of weeks. It will really have kind of a new, exciting, fresh feel to it, and then it will also be reflecting some of our new offers, which include selling increased mindshare packages. So that's things like smart followers, smart engagement, different growth tools. So we're kind of bringing KOLs to the next level with this new offering that we are having available. Another update from our side, we had a new advisor join the team recently that you guys probably saw. We introduced Andres. He is a tier 1 KOL himself with well over 1.5 million followers. He has a podcast, Crypto OGs, if you guys want to check it out. He is super excited about KOLs, happy to join the team, and I'm sure we'll have him on a live stream sometime in the future so you guys can get to know him as well. A quick update on the roadmap, which I usually do every month. We have the new Twitter integration now live. So if you guys are curious about it, you can check out my personal Twitter account to see it in action. I have my replica set up on my Twitter account to do the auto post for me. Pretty much every post that have gone out, we've tweaked it to make sure it's more human sounding, to make sure it looks more real. We love feedback. If you guys take a look at them and think there's anything we should change, anything we should be pushing more, then definitely let us know. We love to hear from you guys. But that's super exciting because, again, like we work with KOLs. A lot of them are crypto KOLs that are posting a lot on Twitter. So the fact that their replica is now able to post for them on their own Twitter account is huge for us. We're really excited about this integration, and it's going to be rolling out on a lot of our KOLs Twitter pages, as well as different brand pages are going to be using it to do auto post to kind of always stay active on their accounts too. So that's super exciting for KOLs. You guys will definitely see more, but again, let us know if you have any feedback on it. I think that's most of what we've been working on lately. Again, feel free to ask questions in the chat if you guys want to know anything. We will now go to our roundtable though with Rosie. So thanks so much, Rob. We will bring Rosie and our KOLs up, and Rosie will do a quick introduction for our KOLs.
Yep, I am very happy to join here with Dudu and Youngest OG. I will give the chance to them to introduce themselves, and we have a lot of interesting questions. And we are also like going to, if there are like, I'm tracking all the questions here that you're asking, and if you guys have any other questions, I'll dedicate some time to it. So yeah, just be prepared. Yeah, we can start with Dudu. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, what you're doing.
Yeah, what's happening? Thanks for having me. I'm Dudu Bitcoin. I'm CMO and co-founder of Wengrow. We're an agency, growth marketing and creator-based agency, based out of Israel, working around the world with companies in many different sectors, all the way from real world assets and regulated stuff and working with Web2 companies coming into crypto to the most like degen shit on Binance, Smart Chain, and Solana. So we kind of cover quite a wide variety of clients, and we do the typical social media strategy, all the internal stuff, but we're also building our own distribution network, whether it's our own spaces and stream, or whether it's sort of affiliated creators that we can get our people on, and just kind of building this commune of creators to help each other out. I think we'll definitely get into the call, but we'll definitely get into like the info fire and the way that a lot of creators are. I hate the term KOLs because it really doesn't apply to me. But the fact is that I can earn like one, maybe not a massive one, maybe not like a top tier like handsome, but I can earn, from my post. And that wasn't possible for me 5 years ago when I was getting started 6 years ago. So I'm very excited to hear what you guys to say. I signed up for your product, so I want to get my own, replica. I have a few other friends that are more expansive personalities than I am, and we can get their replicas as well, and just start, creating cool content. Because like that's what I think that's in a nutshell, like what puts our agency or makes us very different. Like, other places you'll come and they'll be like, "Oh, you're using AI. We're not using AI." Like some people in 2020, in 2025 will actually think it's a some sort of a badge of honor if they tell you, "Oh, I'm not using AI. It's all human." Like, no, if my worker, if my employees or my freelancers or the people that I work with, if they tell me no, we did it all by hand, like, I'm not going to look at that too kindly. Like, you're supposed to learn how to use AI to leverage what's in your brain and to leverage your name, reputation, credibility, and network, and just create a content farm is what I call it. So I'd love to see looking forward to the discussion and to seeing how KOLs can sort of plug into my content farm.
Amazing. We love that. Super excited to hear about your replica and the friends that you have mentioned. And we completely agree on the AI side. We're very pro AI, of course. Why do it yourself when you can save so much time using AI, and especially with your replica? So super excited to see that being integrated on your page and the cool content we can make with it. Cool. Thanks for joining us. Youngest OG, do you want to introduce yourself as well? If you can speak. We were also supposed to have our KOL Cyril join us, but he just let us know that he was having some technical issues just before we started. So there's a chance he pops on later, but right now he's just having some problems joining. Hopefully we can get youngest OG's mic working, and then if not, we can always start the conversation. He can join in when he's ready.
Jim. Good morning. I wouldn't say good morning since it's scorching hot here. I am Young OG, a KOLS ambassador, and though we're recently working on our own personal brand and we'll be out soon, so probably next time I would love to tell everyone about it. I'm glad to be here with you all. It's really an honor, and I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. Thank you very much for having me here.
Nice. Thanks so much for joining us. Okay, let's get started with the questions. And of course, our community listening in, feel free to ask any questions or comments in the chat too. We can see your guys' comments, and we love to see you engaging with us. So feel free to continue. And Rosie will start with the first question.
Yep. I want you to tell everyone how you got into crypto, into Web3 space. We can start with Dudu.
Okay, so my story starts in high school in 2009. Like, I was a very curious kid, and I loved to read about the economy. And a buddy of mine, actually, he's like my exact foil because I work in the trenches the whole day, and this guy's like in TradFi in LA, like working at the PIMCO or UBS, wearing a suit to work every day, and we go back and forth always like. And that time we were coming up, we came up together. We were learning like the Intelligent Investor and Ben Graham and a random walk on Wall Street. Like, we were reading all the literature about value investing, growth investing, about like Benjamin Graham is Warren Buffett's like professor. He's Warren Buffett's idol on investing, and he wrote his book. Like, there's a meme now of people ask me like, "Have you read the Intelligent Investor?" And I just like point them to the meme of people throwing it in the garbage because they 30x'd on Fartcoin. So like I came up in that era, and around the time of my 16, 17, that's when the Wall Street crash happened, and that created like thank God I grew up in South Africa, quite like a upper middle class life, and we had like cars and we had pools and we went away, and we never had any economic insecurity growing up, thank God. But the only moment we came close to it is 2008, 2009, when Wall Street collapsed, and that had ripple effects that people don't even understand. Like the fact that credit, banks weren't lending to each other, credit froze. It meant all the way down the risk curve, you had liquidity crises and people just like money just freezing. So that really impacted like our family business, and that kind of retroactively I realized that was like what brought me to crypto. 8 years later in 2017, my brother was trading it up. It was a bull market. Like, I got thank God I got a bit curious over there because I didn't just let it run away from me. And once I found out, I actually like I can say this. I'm amongst friends. I actually got fired for looking at Bitcoin charts too much. I was working at eBay as a data analyst, and I was just like I was very like I was doing my work, like I was checking boxes, but like there was no passion there because I was, oh shit, Litecoin's up 50%, in my lunch break, and I was like, trading, opening account. I would sit there and work, like do my work for like 2 hours, and then sit there with like my passport and writing like the date to KYC to every exchange to try and buy. So like that was 2017, and then I never left. I started as a very cheap freelancer, $20 an hour, just working my way up, and then eventually I started working as an employee in a bunch of companies here in Israel. So the Israeli ecosystem, I like to compare it to high school. It's very much like a high school. You have like all these cliques, like all these like groups of founders that like sit at a different table, and each one of them has like 5 6 projects around them. They're investing in different projects and that. So in 2018 19 I got into my first clique, and then I've just been moving around the table. I'm like the waiter. I'm moving around the tables. I work with everybody. Like I also run as well as an agency. I also run a community here called Yellow Bitcoin. We do events and meetups. We threw the 100K party, so it's been pretty cool journey. And yeah, now I'm here. I really do believe in Bitcoin. Like I'm pretty much all in, and I wrote a book about Bitcoin. And when the time is right in my country, because we just came out of 11 days in the bomb shelter, and it's the first day that I'm able to speak to you. So when the time is right, when the war is over, I think it's time for Bitcoin to make some change here, and so that's something I'm focused on. And then When Grow is a crypto native growth agency that we're more than just an agency. We're building sort of a community of creators that we then, we have our connections, we have our clients, existing clients, new clients. We have uh, we have a strategic partnership with Pools that we announced. They're a launch pad, so they're going to start. We're going to be a marketing arm of theirs, and we're going to, we have some other things in the pipeline as well. And the aim is to take those jobs, take those clients, and kind of embed within them a native marketing team, right? An in-house marketing team to do their social, to do their community management, to do their giveaways, campaigns, whatever, as well as our distribution channel that I mentioned. We have spaces, we have streams, and then we get you on. I do see people. You're getting a lot of questions. Yeah, I like it. And people are very, very active. As for the book, someone asked about the book. I didn't read a book. I wrote a book about Bitcoin. I've stopped promoting it because only one person has read it cover to cover. It's basically, I took the white paper of Satoshi and I transliterated it. So each line I would add an explanation. So it's sort of a running commentary on the white paper. It's 100 pages long. It's 100 pages long to cover 9 pages of the white paper. So that's the story of the book.
Awesome. It's amazing to hear your story. I can tell you're so passionate about it, and I absolutely love that you were fired because you were too busy looking at Bitcoin. I think that's an awesome story to hear. Cool. Thanks so much for sharing. Youngest OG, do you want to go next and tell us how you started?
Yeah, well, I don't really have much to say about it, but I've been aware of cryptocurrency space for quite some time, observing its evolution and myriad of projects that have emerged. However, it wasn't until 2020 that I officially took the plunge and entered the crypto world. This significant shift is my journey. In my journey was inspired by a well-respected friend of mine who has not only guided me but has also inspired many others with his knowledge and passion for this revolutionary technology. I want to give a big shout out to Volkan. His enthusiasm and commitment to the space motivated me to explore. I think it's further and engage with the community. Having someone like him as a mentor through this process has been invaluable. And is consistently provided support, answered my questions, and encouraged me to stay inquisitive and open-minded. Though we haven't met online in person, we haven't met in person years. Yet I'm eagerly looking forward to the day we finally connect face to face. I can only imagine the wealth of discussion we'll have, sharing perspective. So I think that will be it for now. That will be it for
Yeah.
now. Thank you.
That's great. I love to hear about the mentors. I think lots of people have that in the Web3 space, and it's a great way to get started, to get some guidance from someone. I hope you guys do get a chance to meet in person. We would love to see pictures from that. Okay, great. Our next question is, what do most people get wrong about what it means to be a KOL in crypto? So do you guys find you have any kind of misconceptions talking to people about your experience?
Yeah,
Peter?
they think we just like drive our Bentleys around and I'll spend. No, I don't know. Where would I know? I'm like, well, but I think
You don't do that?
yeah, they think we, it's all AI generated at the end of the day. I think for me, one thing people get wrong about KOLs is that you think it's I want to take it in a different direction, not the KOLs and the ghostwriters, the people that are pulling the string. Like if you're like a retail investor or you're just kind of getting into crypto as an entry level, you see a lot of these accounts, lots of noise, like 100,000 likes. So this guy got 200,000 followers, and they're all posting GMs, and they're getting lots of traction, lots of people talking, But then you get into the into the weeds, and you know that there's a couple people behind the scenes control, like moving a few puppets around. Whether it's like a ghostwriter with 10, 15 clients, and then the ghostwriters are essentially puppeteering the narrative from the mouth of their client. Even if it, even if they still want to represent their client, but if they have a sort of an idea or an agenda, or they can, it's a skillful ghostwriter will know how to slide it in across and sort of make that, make his vision. Like I'm ghostwriting now for a few people, and like, I wouldn't, you wouldn't notice it, but and I'm not copy pasting like a moron, but I'm definitely combining and mixing and mashing, and so at some point it becomes my message that's getting out through the puppeteer, the mouthpiece. So don't, but I just on a very small scale, like you also have, I think a great place to go is like, I don't know if you remember before the elections, like the Democrats had all these like reels on TikTok, like Chuck Schumer on TikTok. Like, come on, man, you're too old for TikTok, Chuck. Like Chuck and Nancy, and they're all like the same word for word that they were mumbling from. So whoever's behind that, whichever DNC staffer, George Soros paid to write that copy, they the real people in control. So I think that's what most people don't know about KOLs, is that KOLs are, it could be one guy that runs a multiple account. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's not. So don't look for the KOL. Look to understand who's the puppet masters behind the scenes, and who the good ones are, who the bad ones are, who you should associate with, and then try on yourself and become a puppet master. Operate in stealth, and you shall succeed.
That's a great answer. I think a lot of people wouldn't even think about that or know that for sure, but they're the ones holding all the power behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Youngest OG, do you want to answer?
Yeah, I really don't know what KOLs did to some people in the space. Some literally hate KOLs. I don't even know. Maybe they thought we have like a bunch whole of money piled up in somewhere, or they thought it's like easy. We have easy access to everything. I have some of my like followers like that DM me like daily. They'll be like, why is this so simple for you guys? It's not like that, but they won't know. Even if you tell them, they won't know. They won't want to believe. Some misunderstand the KOLs in this crypto space by oversimplifying it to simply meet someone with just a large follower or following social media presence. And many believe that a large number of followers equates to being a KOL. And KOLs are merely influencers without any real knowledge or expertise, that they're just here to share whatever is brought to their table, since it's regarding the pay or stuff like that. There are many people even think KOL are only relevant during market surges or trend cycles. However, An effective KOL remain influential over long run by providing consistent quality content and insight. But those people won't. I don't even know. I don't know why, but it's fine though. It's fine. Um, I think we'll just have to overlook their role as like our role to educate, since our aim is to inform and empower their audience with knowledge to navigate the complex crypto landscape. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great answer. I think it's a good point. There does seem to be a lot of hate for KOLs from some people, which is why I think it's so nice to do these kind of live streams to show your guys' personality, to show your real experiences, and then kind of expose the misconceptions behind a lot of the KOLs. So that's a great answer. Thanks. Rosie, you want to ask another question?
Yep. Actually, I was thinking before the roll call, I was thinking about all these info fight trending, and this question is specifically for Dudu because he's like from that side of the industry. With this info fight trending, like how do you filter signal from noise in this current info economy? Like what do you personally rely on? And like how you like differentiate just signal provider from noise provider?
Yeah, it's a great question. For me, it comes down to like my filters are kind of inbred, but I'll tell you what I'll look for. Like it's very obvious what to look for. Things like go to a person. You can't see likes. Likes on public, but you can see reposts. You can see quote retweet. Go see who's quote retweeting a person or a brand. If it's some, you can see the account. If it's a verified account that's engaging and offering real like takes of their own, that's a high signal. If it's just an account that's just retweeting all the different projects that it's meant to amplify, and it's not verified and just bought that's garbage. You can see based on the questions people ask. Obviously, you've got the smart followers metric on Kaito, which is I think something that all the projects I'm working with, that's the thing we're tracking the most, right? The proxy for smart followers, because you want those kind of people in your ecosystem. But just because they're in your ecosystem, just because you have smart followers doesn't mean they're going to actually engage and repost you and engage with your post. So
Yeah.
I think like you need a combination of both. And for me, that combination lies in a tweet that I read that it's not about getting famous; it's about making as many friends as fast as possible. So for me, I get signal from a very specific curated piece, like bunch of people that I've either followed for a while and they have a personality and I know they're real and they've been right a few times and they've been very clear about the trends ahead of time, or it's people that I'm friends with that I've hopped on a space with that I've had a business relationship with that I've been on a stream with or whatever, and from that there's some sort of extra signal coming from them. But I think your question is the $1 million question. That's why Kaito is ranking in money head over foot. That's why cookie campaigns are cost 5 figures to start. That's why there's this whole product market fit that I think is just getting started. Because right now you have polka dot leaderboards and Arbitrum leaderboards, but what happens when you start to see Nike and Adidas and Manchester United leaderboards, right? With their kind of backing, like $2-3 million a year to back content creators and like UGC, user generated content about your brand. So I definitely think that this kind of gamification of content creation of identifying and tracking and incentivizing signal, it's only going to get stronger. And I'm looking into a lot of ways to use it both as I'm trying to. I've got limited hours in a day, so it's very hard for me to yap about all the projects. So I'm trying to automate as much. I'm trying to find the formula for myself to be able to get these airdrops and also learn how to use these tools for the brands that I work with to amplify them. So something like the app market that I've used recently, which is a way to get Kaito yappers, incentivize them to yap about your project, but you don't need the setup fee of a yap or Kaito or a cookie. So It's more relevant for the smaller projects, the earlier projects that want to get exposure. So I want to see more of that. I want to see, and I'm giving ideas here because ideas are worth a dime a dozen. But I want to see info found LinkedIn. That's the whole unexplored area. That's, I think, the next place that it should go to. There's a lot of. I used to be a lot more active on LinkedIn. My Twitter was dead in 2023, 24, because LinkedIn was where I was bringing leads for the company I was working at. But ever since Kaito, like, I have no reason to be on LinkedIn. I haven't made a LinkedIn post in like a week. So I want to see it go to LinkedIn. I want to see it go to Spaces. Spaces are sort of a blind spot for info at the moment. There's a lot of opportunity there. And then eventually I want to see it go beyond crypto. And I think it's all happening. And to be early onto this trend, not just like as a creator, but also as someone who knows how to leverage this trend to get a brand recognized, I think is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's a great answer. It will be exciting to see where it goes next. And like we mentioned earlier, we're kind of introducing that as well with like the mindshare packages with smart followers, smart engagement. So us, like a lot of other projects, are also trying to get behind it and help other projects kind of amplify that presence a little bit more. If you guys were starting your Web3 journey today, what would you do differently and what would you do the same? So any horror stories or successes that you've seen? Youngest
I'll
OG,
let the
do you?
youngest OG to start on that one.
Yeah, I think personally, what I plan to change in the mindset I initially held was the belief I had that I couldn't strive in this space without relying on multiple groups of people. I had to look for peoples, and I had to look for the top-notch people in this space. So following the prominent figures and stuff like that. That's the impression I held before, that I couldn't do without them. But what I will maintain, however, in the current is the current mindset that I'm having right now. I later think to change it, that with the right friends and partners, anything you want to achieve in this Web3, any challenges that comes to your front, any goals that want to achieve, you'll probably be able to with the right friends and the right people besides you. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's something I continue to see throughout my Web3 journey, is how supportive everyone can be. So if you support others and, like you said, you have the right friends behind you, then I think you really can make it. And it's not necessarily a really competitive space, but it's a space where everyone can support each other and everyone can win at the end of the day. So that's a great point. Thanks. Dudu, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I mean, what I do different, I would have gotten a job in 2018 that wasn't crypto related and bought Bitcoin with the proceeds and try to get in the space somehow. I like giving up prime earning years back in the day for to earn Bitcoin. To like giving up that earning potential, like when Bitcoin was at $4,000-5,000, like you could have easily, stacked 1-2 BTC on an average salary a year, just off your saving. So like, that's kind of a regret of mine. But hey, like I'm sure it's for the best.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, right? Cool. So when a project approaches you guys to work together, what's the first thing you're looking at in that project when you are kind of agreeing whether or not to work with them?
So right now, honestly, we're getting our company like as a creator. Like I want to work with a project that in a niche that I'm like comfortable and confident in. So usually that's why I'm a Lombard ambassador at the moment. So I don't think I'll take on a lot more sort of ambassador roles after this. But if a project comes into me and asks me for ABC, then I usually refer them to Wenko. And over there, we're just trying to grow, man. We're trying to get more clients. We're trying to get more, more business through the door. We're scaling our, workforce as well with more content writers and video designers and all that jazz, community managers. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Paying customers, like as any startup at the start of their journey.
Yeah, that makes sense. Youngest OG, what are you looking for when a project approaches you? Youngest OG, can you still hear us? Maybe having some technical issues. We can go to the next question and then see if he's ready. Rosie, do you want to ask the next one?
Yep. Okay, I'll go ahead and ask. We talked about these industry shifts, and I want to hear your opinions on, do you think like follower count still matters or it's shifted? I mean, we already like kind of touched that topic, but yeah, I would love to learn more.
Do I think what kind of accounts?
Sorry.
Follower
Okay.
count, a follower.
A follower account.
Okay. Sorry, I had a little bit of network issues. You said, please, can you repeat the question? I don't get you.
No worries. We'll go just back to the last question. So it was, when a project approaches you, what's the first thing you look for when you're agreeing to work with that project?
Well, okay. When a project approaches me to work together with them, the first thing I look into is the credibility and the track record of the project, which includes like the researching, the founding team, their experience in the industry, the project roadmap, and the community. Obviously, the community. Then I will try to understand the person behind the project and the previous achievements that they had. All those will help me assess whether they have the expertise and the motivation to deliver on the promises of what they brought. Then, additionally, I tend to evaluate the project purpose and potential impact. I will want to be sure, or I want to ensure that the project aligns with my value and interests, and that it has a clear use case that benefits its user. This initial research, though, it helps me avoid partnerships that like may be misaligned or could harm my reputation in the project fails. Sorry, could align that could harm my reputation if the project fails. I mean, or engages in unethical practices, whether maybe probably they during what was it called? I've forgotten the word, but ultimately the due diligence is crucial for maintaining trust and with my audience, and it allows me to advocate for projects that genuinely offer value to the community, and that's it.
Yeah, good answer. Trust is definitely everything in this space. Okay, great. We can resume with the last question. Rosie, if you want to repeat it again.
Sure. The question was, do you think with this all shifts in the industry, follower count for accounts still matter or no? Or you like give importance to other like metrics?
Man, actually, I will say follower counts, though while followers still counts, it still holds some value. Credibility in the Web3 space is increasingly determined by engagement, contribution, community involvement, and like transparency. So the focus is shifting towards building authentic relationship and demonstrating impact rather than just merely accumulating followers. I would say accumulating followers, the followers still counts, but you will still need to, have some credibilities
Yeah,
that is determined by engagement, not by only followers alone.
yeah, that's true. To do?
Yeah. Sorry, my connection not so good. Can you repeat the question?
The follower count question.
Follow account. I
Yeah.
forgot. I think smart follow account matters the most in today's day and age. I don't think,
Yeah.
like the smart money is looking at your smart follow account and your social graph more than just like your plain follow account.
Do you personally check smart followers if you?
Yeah, smart followers and social graph, like who's interacting with this person, who's reply going to them, like that kind of stuff. Those are usually good
Exactly.
indicators.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's shifting from just follower count to smart followers and smart engagement, and people like giving much more importance to those metrics. The
Yeah.
next is about like KOLs and how you think what's one thing that other KOLs can do that will make you instantly trust them or distrust them.
Well, one of the like key factors that can influence trust from me to other KOLs is when they clearly discloses their affiliation or sponsorship or any potential conflict of interests. It fosters a sense of honesty and integrity, I think, to be honest. So this transparency shows that they are accountable, yes, to their audience and are not merely promoting projects for just personal gain. So conversely, when KOLs fails to disclose such relationship or seems to be promoting projects without a genuine understanding or engagement, it can lead to destruct for sure. So it may give the impression that they are prioritizing monetary gain over interest of their followers, which can severely damage their credibility. So I love when a KOL discloses or is very transparent with me.
Yeah, makes sense. Transparency is always priority.
Tutu, you want to go next?
Yeah, I want to tell you, like, I'm kind of conflicted because it's like, there's levels to this. Like, if you're an ambassador for a project or if you're posting about them, endorsing them, how good they are, then that's a higher level of lending your credibility to it or vouching for a project that, like, I'm hosting a lot of people on spaces, like, I can't be, maybe I should be more clear with my disclaimers. Like, I can't be responsible for the performance of their coin down the line, So you got to be very clear on that. Like, if KOLs would only work with, I think in the ideal world, I want to work with as few projects as possible that I believe in, that I can add tremendous value to, and that can add tremendous value to me. And the reality is not like that. The reality is most KOLs will need to work with a few different projects and kind of expand their offerings.
Yeah.
And I think if you're upfront and about your interest, you don't necessarily need to disclose, because, like, I don't think everyone needs to know who paid you, how much they paid you, when you got paid. Like, that's your business, man. I think you just need to kind of, if you're shilling people to buy a token or whatever, then disclose that. But I think in my content, whenever I create content, I never talk about token price. Like that's something I don't do. I never show P&Ls of like a token that I'm promoting. I'll never do that for many reasons, and I'll rather talk about the product. And for that, like, you can't arrest me, you can't blame me that you lost money. If I'm talking about a product and the conclusion you made was, oh, I need to buy $50,000 of their shitcoin right now. Like, try the product out, learn what it is, and then decide if you want to buy the shitcoin. So yeah, I'm a bit of a maxi in that way. It's like the only coin I'd ever shill for buying is Bitcoin and some BTC and some crypto stocks. Like, I might shill MSTR once in a while or like something like that, but I'd never shill a low cap alt or like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I don't believe you should. I'm not buying these tokens either. Like, I'm very vocal on the fact that, like, I'm trying to earn these tokens using InfoFi, using work, but I'm not trying to buy. Like, I don't want to put more of my money at risk in the lower down the risk curve of altcoins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's great advice for KOLs starting out too. I think a lot of them not sure how to really navigate the space of promoting and what to disclose, not to disclose. So I think that's great advice for them. Last question, what's the best live stream or AMA discussion that you guys have ever been part of? So this could be maybe a really interesting person you talk to, a funny moment. We want to hear what's the best one that comes to mind.
That's a great thing to ask. Honestly, the one thing that comes to my mind is when we almost got sued for a live stream, me and my co-host, because we were grilling this guy quite hard. He
Sounds
came
memorable.
from a restaking protocol on Ethereum, and restaking is a Ponzi. Like, you can't tell me it's not a Ponzi. It's like you take from one guy, you give to the other. It's just like layering yield that's coming from airdrop farming to Bitcoin or Ethereum stakers, and then packaging that and then letting you go and earn more yield. It's super risky, you know. And it's valid, like, you know, go maximize your return wherever you see fit. But he got so offended that we would even mention the term Ponzi. After that, he hit that up in the DM and he's like, "You got to take this down, or I'll sue you in Spanish court and defamation and na." And eventually, like, there was also like a relationship because it's crypto. Like some of the other people we were working with had a relationship with them and whatever, and they were like the peacemakers. They like, okay, just delete the video. You know, like they asked us to delete the video. I wasn't like in a place where I needed someone. Like, I don't need a lawsuit on my hands right now of any kind. You know, please God, I said, please God, one, like, in a couple years, I'll have a lot more money, and then I'll take him on just to see him, watch him bleed. But that's not where I am right now. So we let it go.
I hope you get to that point, though. It's a great story.
That'll be a good point. But that's the only thing that came to mind right now.
Yeah, that's right. Keep us updated if anything happens. Youngest OG, do you have a story to share?
I think he's muted, or no?
Oh, thank you very much. I was muted before. Actually, there was I think it was a space early last year or late middle last year. So I am not the a live stream kind of guy or space. I only enter space to go and listen and explore stuff like that. So there was a time we created a space, so we invited people to join. I don't know what really happened. Something happened. I forgot. So the guy, there was some like numbers of a guy. They went ahead to report our accounts. So since then, my account almost got banned. So I had to leave the space for some while for my account. So it's actually funny though, because I don't even know what happened. So since then, I tend to stay away from streams and stuff like that.
Well, we're glad you joined us today. Thank you for trusting.
Thank you.
Just before we wrap up, do you guys want to maybe give some last remarks about where people can find you and any other comments you want to make?
My handle is in the chat. Follow me and drop me a DM if you wanna come on a space, or you wanna work, or you wanna, you know, just say hi. Like, I'm friendly. And thank you, Guy, Claire, and Rosie, and youngest OG, and we'll catch you guys on the timeline.
Don't worry, I'm definitely following you. I'll soon be in your DM very soon. I'm one of your fans. For sure.
Love it. Youngest OG, do you want to let everyone know where they can follow you as well?
Yep. My handle is also in what is it called? In the stream chat. So they can DM me whatever they want to hear or any advice they want to see, or anytime they would love to hop on the space. So it's there. Thank you very much for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was a great discussion. We really appreciate your time, and it's been great chatting with you guys.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Have a good rest of your day.
All right. Bye.
Great. If we have any questions from the community now, then feel free to ask them. We can take a couple minutes for that. I see lots of questions about the airdrop that is still coming, so don't worry. We will just go through if we have any questions or comments, and then if not, we will show you guys the QR code to get to that. You fill out the form. It will be live for 5 minutes, and everyone will get the airdrop, so no worries. Good question. What's happening on July 1st? I'm not going to tell you, but as Rob mentioned before, we have a little teaser that's coming out tomorrow as well. It is exciting, so make sure you keep an eye on our page for the full release, but there will be another little tidbit coming out tomorrow that will give you a further hint as to what's coming on July 1st. And we have Rob back.
Rob is back.
Hi.
How does
What?
KOLs plan to scale influencer engagement without losing authenticity? It's a great question. Rosie is our KOL lead that's onboarding most of our KOLs. So do you want to take this one, Rosie?
Sure. I mean, the foundation of our AI replicas is that we are not losing authenticity, and we are doing everything that these replicas embody the real voice of KOLs and creators. And it's not like some AI generated content. When you're talking to them, it's actually their real opinions. And whenever you ask something that they didn't train the replica itself, the replica will just say that it has no information for now. So it's not like coming up with some answers out of nowhere. It's real, and it's like KOL's real opinions.
Are there plans to onboard non-crypto creators or TikTok-style KOLs in this space? Yeah, there are definitely plans for that right now. Most of our KOLs are Twitter KOLs, but we're definitely looking into other ones. So we're talking to a few that are more in kind of Instagram KOLs, more traditional style, like fitness, wellness KOLs. We are definitely going to look at TikTok as well. We just did our Twitter integration that we mentioned, and we're looking to do that same integration with all of the different social platforms. So the replicas can essentially be posting to everywhere automatically. So yeah, we're definitely looking at that and the integrations that will come with it. Any other questions? Does KOLD has a Discord server? We do have a Discord server. I think you can find the link on our website, and then also in Telegram. If you're already in our Telegram group, then you can ask there and it will guide you towards the Discord server. But I would say Telegram is probably the most active chat.
Definitely.
What is the team doing to get KOL's market cap shot up probably? We are doing lots of different token strategies right now. So the July 1st announcement that we have coming out should help the token a little bit, as well as our agent liquidity pools. So we're just finalizing the date for our agent liquidity pools, but that will be tokens for a few of our KOLs that will be in our first round. These tokens will only be purchasable with the KOLS token. So it will definitely be helping the KOLS token overall. We are also going to be doing airdrops of these new KOLs tokens to our current KOLS token holders. So it's going to add a lot of utility there. And yeah, it's going to be a great bonus for our current token holders, and will definitely be helping the KOLS price overall. What's the best skill to get on Web3? Do you want to take this one, Rosie?
Yeah, I guess it's just trusting, but not trusting fully, and doing your own research all the time.
Selective trusting.
Selective trusting, yeah.
Okay, I think we're done our questions. Thank you so much, everyone that asked a question. We love engaging with you guys. We love chatting with you guys. Feel free to find us on Twitter or in the Telegram chat after if you have any other questions, comments that you want to make. We are always available, and we definitely prioritize our community. Like I said earlier, if you guys have any feedback on the platform, on the Twitter integration, on anything we're working on, we would love to hear from you. You guys are our core audience, so we really appreciate your opinions, and we always want to hear from you and try to improve your experience. So definitely let us know. We will show the QR code now. So like I said earlier, this will be live for 5 minutes. So even when we pop off, it will still be showing. You can scan it, you fill out the form quickly, and then everyone will receive the airdrop, which is on base. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thanks for the team. Thanks for our KOLs. It's always a great discussion, and we will be back again next month. Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you too.
In a world where voices echo far, influencers shine like distant stars. Followers seek a closer bond, but time and space they correspond. Cause rise with AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, digital twins in the web 3 light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Replicas share with wisdom and grace, engaging fellow ones in this new space. Monetization and tokens we trust, KOLs is the way in this future we must. Community grows in this vibrant scene, where innovation meets the human dream. KOLs unites with a vision so clear, a world connected without end. Cause rise with AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Community grows in this vibrant scene, where innovation meets the human dream. KOLs unite with a vision so clear, a world connected without any fear. With AI so bright, digital twins in the web, free light, bridging gaps, making connections real. Emotions flow in this digital field. Emotions flow in this digital field. Emotions flow in this digital field.